Hi everybody, it's April 2nd and welcome to the Daily HUD where we give you the latest in esports and video game news. I'm Sierra.
And I'm Dom. Today we're going to be talking about the best April Fool's announcements from yesterday, recapping the MDL Disneyland Paris Major, and discussing the new explosive bow in Fortnite. But first, let's recap those Dota 2 matches.
Right, okay, so yesterday we saw the final round of the MDL Disneyland Paris Major Qualifiers. The day started with J Storm playing Team. All right, in an elimination best of 3. Game 1 went to J Storm, but Team answered back in Game 2 and closed out the series with a win in their final game, advancing to the qualifying round on the back of Envy's excellent carry, finished Game 3 with a 9-1-11 score. Pretty good, Team.
At that same time, of course, we did get to see another match on Beyond the Summit 2. It was Forward Gaming versus Zolotl. This match also went to Game 3, dragging out long in the beginning, though it seemed as if Forward Gaming simply had to solve Team Zolotl. Now, while Game 1 went Zolotl's way in 42 minutes, Forward Gaming answered back with a 38-minute win in Game 2, and it was FG who closed out the series with a decisive 32-minute win, though eyes should be on Yoar's Naga Siren for his standout performance at the end. I believe he went 5-0-8 at the end of the match. Of course, that's not all.
Very good. Then these two teams clashed it out in the last qualifiers for the final spot of the Paris Major. Team met Forward Gaming in what ended up being a brutal best of 3 for the final ticket to Disneyland.
Of course, Game 1 saw the match with another deathless performance from Yoar at 16-0-8, this time on Troll Warlord. The game was largely even for the first 25 minutes, but it was Forward Gaming's team fight that broke open the lead and paved the way for an eventual Game 1 win.
Game 2 saw a similar story with a slow and even early game until about 26 minutes, where once again Forward Gaming began to accrue advantages after a team fight. But this go around, Team was ready to strike back. A safe laning phase set up Gunnar, Newsham, and Envy to retaliate just a few short minutes later. Team had a stronger snowball and equalized the series with Game 2 win at about 39 minutes.
Yeah, and as any good story must come to an end, the final spot for the final region for the final round was on the line with one single game. Ultimately, it was Team who proved victorious. Though Team took an early advantage, Forward Gaming held on tooth and nail, dragging the match out fight after fight until the end was all but impossible to deny, allowing Team to take that final ticket to the MDL Disneyland Paris Major. Now, the tournament is set to begin on May 4th, and with all 16 teams ready to fly in, it's only a matter of time before we get more awesome Dota 2 action. And I've got to say, Team, I'm excited to see what they can do just because of the name.
I know,
itself.
with a name like that, I'm really happy to know that they won. That was fantastic. So while those games were hard at work battling it out, yesterday was also a celebratory day for video game fans everywhere, as April Fool's Day gave every developer, news outlet, and Twitterer a chance to troll their way to your favorite front page. So let's take a look at some of those standouts from our favorites and what came from yesterday's hilarity.
Yeah, and there's so much to choose from. I mean, there was, I think we should start with something familiar. World of Warcraft had their annual April Fool's Day patch notes, which dropped yesterday, with some good laughs to be had the whole way down. The addition of their new companion app, Finder, or Finder for those inclined, allows for you to find a new group mate in which you can swipe left to decline or right to accept after only 3 seconds looking at their profile. Some other gems include the option for teams of AI characters to complete dungeons, short-eared blood elves, feral druids being crowd controlled by throwing cheese on their heads, Aluneth's integration of voice commands, and renaming the rogues Shadow Dance to Shadow Yeet, Shadow Floss, and Shadow Dap. This, of course, is just a taste of these patch notes. They are chock full of hilarity. If you get the chance, just scroll through and have yourself a good giggle. Yeah.
Wait, what? Show me that. What's the
shadow dab?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's camera safe, but it was the shadow dab. Yeah. Okay.
Next up, we turn to the peripherals company HyperX and their new partner Nissan as they tease the new headset that can be cooked in only 5 minutes flat. The headset featured stylish cup noodle earbuds boasting the largest noodle chambers in the market. For bonus points, the detachable noise-canceling micro fork is sure to turn heads at your next LAN party. Though I have to wonder if the mic stays active while you're slurping up those noms in the middle of your Discord call.
I mean, the big question for me is, does it actually have noodles in the ear chamber, or are those I don't know what's going on. I'm more excited to find out what's happening with that. Of course, our other peripheral maker, Corsair, also forayed into the April Fool's festivities with their new Corsair game launcher. Are you tired of managing your many game libraries across so many different launchers and platforms?
I know I am.
Yeah,
definitely.
Then Corsair has got you covered with and these are some really heavy air quotes, cross-platform platform. The Corsair game launcher boasts a loot box system, allowing you to replace your unplayed games with randomized loot boxes containing more games you'll never play, a virtual currency to help you buy virtual currencies, and even a friends list manager to track your friends across every platform they play. Some of the games listed as well also had me chuckling, such as Sass Effect 3, Kill Dude, and Itcher 3, Wild Bugs, which I believe got Game of the Year in, I think I want to say 2017?
Ooh, it makes me itchy thinking about it. Well, this next one had us initially excited and then a little confused, and then eventually we were giggling nonstop for the remainder of the video. IGN debuted an, at the time, unannounced Nintendo Direct, but like anything that appears on April Fools, it proved to be more fantasy than fact. The video clocks in about 5 minutes, and at the risk of any spoilers giving it away, we can only recommend that you watch it yourselves, and you can find the link in the description below.
Of course, there was plenty more action that also helped that we can't quite get into detail. Honorable mentions go out to For Honor for the Rabbids Invasion, Rainbow Six finally approaching the titular rainbow in their title by getting rainbow-themed cosmetics, and lastly, Origin PC's competitive PC building league, in which you build PCs but not playing them, which is very exciting. You could see the way that they were trying to build with chopsticks, I think. Weren't allowed to use their hands. Somebody was standing there with a computer fan blowing it in their face while they were trying to, just good-natured fun the whole way around. This is, of course, only the tip of the April Fool's bird. Plenty of other companies chimed in with their own subversions of reality to keep us guessing all day long. I do have to say, though, I'm a bit glad that it's over. Yeah. Because every time you get a new announcement, you see it and you're like, ah, yes, something new. Wait, is this going to be, how can this be real? This can't be real. No,
exactly. It's like waiting for those Christmas presents to arrive, and they may or may not ever.
Exactly.
Finally, to close us out, Fortnite's 8.20 content patch dropped earlier this morning, seeing the arrival of the boom bow to the arsenal of weapons you can find in the game. We've been speculating as to how this weapon will play since it was...
Data mined?
Right, exactly. And we can't wait to see if it's going to be as destructive as we hoped or just a dud to be passed up when looting. For more details, check out our next quick fix.
That will wrap up the big news for today that is totally real and definitely not fabricated. You've been watching the Daily HUD. Smash that like and subscribe button for all the latest updates in esports and gaming. I'm Dom.
And I'm Sierra. Thanks so much for watching, and we wish you good luck and GG.